Welcome, one and all, to The Late Show. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert. Folks, the hits keep on coming, and today we have more huge news from our nation's capital. The House Intelligence Committee has just announced it will hold its first open hearings as part of the impeachment inquiry on Wednesday, November 13th. Yes. There it is. Boom. There you have it. The shift hits the fan. Next Wednesday, hump day, wouldn't want to be Trump day. And if the transcripts they've already released are any indication, this is going to be Trey Cray, baby. And I'll tell you the latest in tonight's edition of Don and the Giant Impeach.
Let's call up Ukraine for help.
Now, it was a couple weeks ago. Remember a couple weeks ago when Republicans were freaking out that the testimony was all happening behind closed doors? Well, this week, Adam Schiff cracked those doors open, and I believe we have footage of the Republican reaction. Today we got testimony from top American diplomat to Ukraine and shaved Grinch Bill Taylor. Now, Taylor knows what he's talking about when it comes to Ukraine because Mike Pompeo personally recruited him to be the State Department's chargé d'affaires for Ukraine. Yes, chargé d'affaires. As opposed to back over here where Trump pays for his affairs by the check. Taylor's testimony undermines every argument the president has made so far. For example, Taylor testified, my clear understanding was that security assistance money would not come until the president of Ukraine committed to pursue the investigation. He was then asked, so if they don't do this, they're not going to get that, was your understanding? Taylor answered, yes, sir. Then was asked, are you aware that quid pro quo literally means this for that? Taylor replied, I am. The president has been saying no quid pro quo all this time, and now his own diplomat is saying, yeah, pro quo. What else has the president been lying about? Is Mexico not going to pay for the border wall? Would he not date Ivanka if she wasn't his daughter? It's just, what do you believe anymore? Taylor also made it clear he knew the political impact of this. As I understood, the reason for investigating Burisma was to cast Vice President Biden in a bad light, which he went on to say benefited a political campaign for the re-election of President Trump. Well, if it's for a political campaign, the law requires the standard candidate disclaimer.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this corruption.
Yeah, puts it out there. You got to know it. You got to put it out there.
Man, it's corruption. I don't mess with that.
At one point, Taylor said the secretaries of state and defense, as well as the head of the CIA and the national security advisor, were all trying to get a meeting with the president to convince him to release the Ukraine aid that Congress had lawfully appropriated to help Ukraine fight the Russians who had invaded their country. But they couldn't get their schedules to line up. Taylor testified, it turns out, Mr. Chairman, that those principals were on different trips at different times. I think this was also about the time of the Greenland question, about purchasing Greenland, which took up a lot of energy in the NSC. The chairman replied, okay, that's disturbing for a whole different reason. Yeah.
This is what we're dealing with.
No. Same reason, and you're about to impeach him. And this is just the latest. Yesterday, we heard from Ambassador to the EU, Gordon Sondland, seen here saying his beloved catchphrase, grrr. I got my job by giving $1 million to the inauguration fund. Sondland originally testified under oath that he wasn't aware of any quid pro quo with Ukraine. But after other officials testified that he was the quid pro quo bagman, he rushed out to submit a supplemental declaration. Officer, I don't have any drugs in my car. Oh, you found a baggie of white powder in my car? Then I would like to submit a supplemental declaration that I am coked to the gills. But in my defense, Do you want to party? Now, Sondland's sudden awareness that he didn't want to go to jail has put Trump's Republican defenders in a bit of a bind. As one GOP House member put it, without a doubt, this is the biggest political pickle Trump has ever been in. Yes, it's a Vlasic case of gherkin around an ally, and it is definitely not kosher. And when someone liked that joke more than, thank you, darling. Thank you, darling. When the facts aren't on your side, your only hope is ignorance. Enter South Carolina senator and man yelling at the waiter, "I was told these breadsticks would be unlimited." Lindsey Graham. These are your folks, Lindsey. Now, just a few weeks ago, Graham told Axios this.
If you could show me that, Trump actually was engaging in a quid pro quo outside the phone call, that would be very disturbing.
Well, the transcripts clearly show that, but...
I'm not going to read these transcripts.
How tragic. Graham is clearly working through the 5 stages of Republican impeachment grief. Anger, denial, won't read, can't read, no habla inglés. Well, I'll take this. Thanks, sis. Well, Lindsey, I'm sure you're watching, so you don't have to read it. I will just summarize the transcripts in 3 little words, okay? Lindsey, don't look away, Lindsey. Don't look away. Don't look away. Lindsey, don't look away. Don't look away. Lindsey, don't.